Does anyone else wholeheartedly feel in their chest like something bad is about to happen? I have literally felt heavy, scared, nervous all day. And this isn't like your normal, just like everyday anxiety. This is like, to my core, I feel like something bad is about to happen. With these hurricanes, with everything political going on, I just feel like something is coming. And I don't even know what that something could be or would be, but my spirit is unsettled. I'm not a religious person, but I'm definitely a spiritual person, and my spirit is heavy. It is shaken. I'm just sitting out on my back deck in the dark, just contemplating life. Does anyone else feel this way? Am I crazy? Or does anyone else just feel something's not right? I guess all we can do now is wait.
Y'all, there is something terrible about to happen. And I'm not just talking about in Florida, I'm talking about everywhere. I'm talking about, I was putting up my groceries, I want to say an hour ago, and I heard a loud pitch ringing in my ear, where I literally stopped in my tracks. I couldn't do anything else. I stopped in my tracks. I feel like it's the end of the world. Like, I feel like the apocalypse is coming, and a lot of us aren't ready. But something is about to happen. I feel it in my soul.
Is it just me? Or does the sheer volume of chaos in our country right now make you wonder what the hell is going on? It seems almost of biblical proportions. There's just a gut feeling in me right now that something drastic is about to happen in this country. And it's scary. Do you have this same gut feeling? This is crazy.
Listen, I just want to make something clear. I'm not fear-mongering. I'm telling you, you should be fucking scared. Do you understand? We just went through a bunch of crazy shit, and now we got a bunch of crazy shit coming towards us. So if you don't think that you should be scared of what's coming, then you must not live here. Because it is scary. What people just went through along the coast is fucking scary. What the people are going through up north is fucking scary. I'm giving people information that they need. I'm not fear-mongering. I'm telling you, you should be scared.
My spirit is unsettled. I'm not a religious person, but I'm definitely a spiritual person, and my spirit is heavy. It is shaken. I'm just sitting out on my back deck in the dark, just contemplating life. Does anyone else feel this way? Am I crazy? Or does anyone else just feel something's not right? I guess all we can.
Alright, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Karkadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutation to all the brothers and the few sisters out there. Unto the Israelite foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. It's going to be a quick show through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. I find this particular video very beautiful. Prophetic, of course, because what people are shaking in their boots and they don't know what's going on, what direction they're going, how they're going to get anywhere, because things don't feel correct to them. And what I'm laughing because, matter of fact, let me get the scripture real quick. Get this something that just popped up. Couple of things. Let me get this out the way. Psalms 94. I'm thinking of. All right, 94:14. For the Lord will not cast off his people, neither will he forsake his inheritance, but judgment shall return unto the righteousness, and all the upright in heart shall follow it. Who will raise up for me against the evildoers, or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? So the scriptures clearly ask a bold question. The Lord was looking for representation, a representative who was going to step up to the plate against the wickedness of this world. Now you see these Edomites, or they feel it, they can sense it. All right, matter of fact, let me get this out the way. I'm thinking of this. Which one says it? Well, both of them say it. Ezekiel 37. I believe it's 11. Nah. Yeah, this is one. Ezekiel 37 and 10. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came unto them, and they lived and stood upon their feet. So when you go up, it's talking about the valley of the dry bones. Now, this was symbolic of the state of the nation of Israel, which are you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Which this has been ongoing awakening. That ongoing awakening was of the Israelites awakening to who they are. And it says, and it stood upon their feet. That's why you see a whole bunch of camps that's out there in the corners. Despite the differences of doctrine, you'll see a lot of Israelite camps out there because men have stood upon their feet. It says, an exceeding great army. So when they see that, matter of fact, it was Revelations 11. And, right, in 11. It says, and after 3 days and a half, which is 350 years, from the time 1620 to the 1970s, late 60s, 1970s, a man by the name of Abba Bivens was out there in the highways teaching the correct doctrine. All right? Because he was Elijah that came back. Which, that goes over people's head, like I did in the last show. It doesn't matter what you people think. This is only made for the elect. It's only made for those that understand. All right? Who is found worthy. It says, in 3 days and a half, the spread of life from the Most High into them. Talking about the Israelites. It tells you when you move further up that our dead bodies shall lie in the great city, which is America. It's not talking about physically dead. It's talking about spiritually dead. Scripture tells you about in Baruch the dead Israelites, right? That's here in these states, and it says, and they stood upon their feet. Same thing Ezekiel said, right? And a great fear fell upon them which saw them. So the reason why these Edomites feeling something's not right, because there's a shift in the spiritual world, that their world is over. Them on top, doing what they do, as long as they had it, there's a shift of power that they know that's coming. All right? And they fear the dreadful unknown. That's why the scripture says, let me get this out the way. Joel 2:28. It says, and it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh. So the Lord pouring out his spirit on all flesh, that doesn't mean, because the Lord don't see everybody equal. All right. This is not an equality centric book. This book is about superior. This is about the elect. This is about the elect, is which among the nations is the nation of Israel. And it tells you, it says, and I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh. This is why people feel a certain way. They agitated. You know, either you're going to be excited that there's a great change coming, or you're going to be in great fear. Because when it comes to changes, somebody got to lose. All right? Somebody got to win, somebody got to lose. It's not going to be all the same thing. It says, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and the old man shall dream dreams, and a young man shall see visions. So the people are going to see, feel, hear things, and they are not able to understand it. And they need somebody to interpret those things. Just like our forefathers in time past. Joseph, Daniel was so great that he could interpret somebody's dream without them even explaining their dream to him. All right? And tell them, like, this is what it means. So, it's like, same thing with Joseph. The Pharaoh, he had a heavy dream. But it was, the spirit had to be what Joseph had to break it down to him. So when people are agitated and so forth, you know what that tells us? It tells us this society is over. It's finished. They could feel it. All right? They could feel the dynamic shift. Ecclesiasticus 10 and 6. Oh, sorry, 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches gotten by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. So, because of all these acts, which goes into slavery, the rape, robbery, and murder of the natives here, all the things that they have done to the biblical Israelites, we are in a transitional period. Now let me look up the word translated, which I did before. Come on. Oh, I gotta finish watching that show. Translated. Sorry. It says, express the sense of words or text in another language, which is not talking about that. Move from one place or condition to another. So scripture tells you, the scripture's got everything covered, man. This is the first thing that came on my mind. Lamentation 4 and 21. It says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom. I always say it was all good just a week ago. Or in this case, a couple of decades ago, when they had it good. When I mean they had it good, they had it good. They will never talk about the end of the world, which is not really the end of the world, it's the end of their world. So they had the opportunity to rejoice and be glad. It says, O daughter of Edom, that dwelleth in the land of Uz, the cup also shall pass through unto thee. That cup, Psalm 75 and 75 and 8, that cup is talking about the cup of slavery. All right? That cup is talking about slavery. So the discomfort that they have is that their kingdom is being taken away from them. that shall be drunken and shall make thyself naked. When somebody's drunk and they're not seeing clearly, all right, they're not what's the word I'm looking for? They're not using they're not fully conscious of their surrounding. So that Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, has been drunk with their own shit. Now the Lord is exposing them, exposing who they are, what they're about. The world sees them, and they don't like it. It says that punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion, which all you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. The Hebrew word for Zion means the Zion one, which means monument. The Lord's monument, the punishment is over. How could I forget? Well, videos are circulating. Maybe I'll do a video on that next time. Of when Hurricane Helene hit the Carolinas and Tennessee, it was a lot of sundown towns. Now, if you don't know what sundown towns are, look it up. Pretty much certain places where only if you was a darker hue, a so-called black man or black woman, Hispanic or Native American, you could not be out during the night. You have to be in your home. If they catch you out there, they'll kill you and hang you, lynch you. So there was a lot of that to this day. The Lord wiped all that out. All right, wiped it all out. So the once powerful nation of Edom no longer have that power over the Israelites. He said he will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thy iniquity. So what's happening? Lord is visiting you. O daughter of Edom, he will discover thy sins. And as these devils do not, I repeat, these devils do not want, they don't want the world to know. The world tells you the greatest trick the devils ever perform or something like that, to make the world believe that he does not exist. So through the power that they had and the delusions that they carried over the people, they had people really believe that they were not evil. Now they're being exposed. That's why they're so discomforted. All right? And ultimately, this is what's going to happen. Daniel 7 and 18. It says, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever and ever. It says, even forever and ever. So the kingdom is being translated right now. This is why they're panicking. They fear. Because they could sense something major is about to take place. They could feel it in the air. Something major is about to go down. Something that they don't have no power against. Your own government's about to turn on you. Everything's about to turn on you. And there's no end to your torment. It says, 2nd Ezra 8, where they put it up. And 50 says, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell on the world, because they have walked in great pride. So that great pride is the consistency of what they had done to the Lord's chosen. Now they're being visited with hurricanes, earthquakes, all right, plagues. America's being visited right now. It doesn't feel good, does it? Scripture says by Amos 9 and 8, the eyes of the Lord upon the sinful kingdom, which we know that the sinful kingdom is the nation of Israel. But who holds power over the nation of Israel? Between Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. The Edomites. All right. Oh, let me get this. Wow. I'm ending off on this. Baruch 4:27. 4:31. It says, "Miserable are they that afflict thee." Sorry, let me start at 30. "Take good heart, O Jerusalem." Jerusalem means what? City of peace. So again, Jerusalem representation is the true biblical Israelites. "For he that gave thee that name will comfort thee." So the gospel, which is the good news is what? That we, the children of the Lord, is going to have our own land, all right? We're going to have slaves. We're going to have everything, the world. We're going to be perfected. We're going to be transformed. But before all that good stuff comes about, that's what the scripture says. "Miserable are they that afflict thee, and rejoice at thy fall." It was all good just a week ago when it was Negroes, Latinos, and never mention of the Native Americans. It's like they never existed. But when you are under the poverty line, the world don't bat an eye. But when the average folk now, which are Edomites, then the world takes notice something is wrong. But if you have that, like scripture says in 2 Ezra, the 15th chapter, if you have not done to all this wickedness to my chosen, it says, "Miserable are the cities which thy children served." So America is a giant city. That's why the average person is called a citizen, right? It's nothing but major states of cities, which thy children serve. Miserable is she that received thy sons. It tells you in Revelation 17, 6th verse, that John saw this place, America, Babylon the Great, drinking the slain of the saints, which are, once again, the Israelites. "For as she had rejoiced at thy ruin, and was glad of thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation." And that's the mindset of these people. All right? That's the mindset. And you got Jake, because Jake, you associate yourself with this world. You're a part of it. All right? You want to be down. So all this great misery is coming to you. People can sense it. They can feel it in the air. And it says, Luke 4:34, "For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned to mourning." And how is it going to end up happening? The ICBM nuclear missiles. Okay? So, hey, we live in some beautiful times. They can sense it.
Something drastic is about to happen in this country, and it's scary.
Of course it is. Your rulership is over. Your rulership is over. So with that being said, shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.